Hi, I'm author-illustrator Julie Phillips, and this is part 2 of my Skypish author visit, and I'm going to do a collage demonstration. In my book, Wink the Ninja Who Wanted to Be Noticed, I illustrated with collage, which means I cut the pictures out of paper and then glued them together to make the illustration. So I'm going to show you how I did Wink. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down so you can see my work table, and here's what we're going to need. Background paper. I'm going to use green, but if you want to follow along, you can use anything you want. You want black for the ninja, some skin tone. I have kind of a light peach, but you could use any skin tone you want. This paper is part of a piece I already cut up. Some green paper for other leaves. Some white for an eyeball or two, you don't need much, and this is the paper I'm going to use to cut the bamboo strips. I already prepared it and put lines across it. You don't have to use prepared paper, you can use whatever you like for bamboo. Okay, so to start off, we need a ninja, and I'm going to go ahead and use this white pen. If you have a pencil, a white pencil, that looks good too, but a regular pencil will work just as well. When I make Wink's head, I do an oval that's kind of wide. And then when I make Wink's body, I do an oval that's a little bit longer. When I do his face, I bring a line in from the side of the oval. I drop it down. I do a curve up towards the middle, and then I curve it back out. I stop just before I hit the edge, and then I round it back down, and that gives me a nice Wink smile. Then I come up a little higher than the nose and I draw a line straight in. You don't want it to touch there, but it can be close. Draw a little line up and then angle it out, and that will be Wink's profile. I think I'll just have him jumping for joy. So I'm going to bring the arms out. His sleeves usually end in a point. But if you're doing this, and you don't want to do his hands out of your flesh tone, you could just draw mitten hands right here and you'd be fine. Let's see, I'm going to have him, I think I'm going to have him just doing like a nice sprightly jump. Like he's jumping up in the air going, Yahoo! So I'll draw it like this, and then maybe this one's down a little bit lower. So that's what I need to cut out. So I'm going to do that, and with my scissors, here we go, and I'm going to fast forward the video. And now I have to cut out the face. I left that part for last. So I'm cutting in from the outside, in from the outside, and then I just cut that piece up. I cut in from the outside and all the way down, and then I cut in from the outside and in from the outside. Okay, and there's our little ninja. If I hold him up here, you can see him better. Okay, fantastic. Now we need to use our skin tone. I'll find it right here. I need to cut a piece that'll go right here for the skin around our eyes. And this piece is usually kind of shaped a little bit like a piece of pie. And then I put it up against his face, and there's a curve right there. I need to keep it curvy. So can you see the curve? Will it show up? I cut the curve, and now it's time to do some glue. And I just use the Elmer's liquid or the glue stick. I think right now I'll use the glue stick, and I always have a piece of scrap paper so that I don't get glue all over my work table. And now you're gluing this piece onto the back of the head, And that's what it will look like. So now we need eyes. So I use a hole puncher usually, but I think right now I'll just cut it because maybe you don't have a hole puncher around, and just cut a nice little circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. We'll see how that is. It's a little big. I'm going to trim it down a bit. Okay, that's good. So again, a little glue stick. We'll put that right in there. And we use a little Sharpie or black marker. And we put a dot. And there, now he's got a little bit more life, right? Can you see him? I put him up against the white. There he is. So now I need hands. He has no hands. So I put my paper here, and if I ever need to trace, I do it on the opposite side. I turn everything over to the wrong side, and I just draw a little hand, and I leave a little extra space down here for the glue. I cut off all the extra that I don't need, and I'll speed this up again while I cut. Okay, there I have my little hand. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on it. Glue, glue, glue. And pop it on right here. And I already cut a second one. You're going to need two. There's the other one. Make sure that fits on. Fits just fine. Glue, glue, glue. And we'll pop that one on as well. So now we have a happy little ninja. This one's a little wide, so I'm going to get it. There we go. Our happy little ninja who has two hands and an eye. So now it's time to think about the background. I've got my background paper. I've got my bamboo paper, and I'm just going to cut two long strips of the bamboo. Just something for the background to give it a little atmosphere, a little setting. He's going to be jumping through a bamboo forest, just happy as a clam. Now these pieces are a little bit big, but I'm going to go ahead and use a glue stick and glue the whole thing. And then I'm going to trim off the parts I don't need, because I want to have some angles, and I don't know exactly how that's going to look just yet. So there's one piece, and there's two pieces, and one's going to be a little bit more angled than the other. So now, right, I've got pieces sticking off, so I have to trim those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to want to put some leaves in the background. So I'm going to take one of my pieces of green, and bamboo leaves are long and thin, and they're often in little clumps. So I like to do 2 or 3 together, but you can do one. It's really just up to you. But there's the drawing. Can you see it? Whoa, whoa, there we go. All right. Get rid of all the extra paper. This won't take me long to cut. And there's a nice little clump of bamboo leaves. I think I'll put them up here. So I need to get my glue again. Glue, glue, glue towards the back. And put them right here. Now, I already cut out some extra pieces of leaves to save some time. I cut some light ones and I cut some dark ones so they'd all look nice. Have some nice contrast. And I'll just put them around a little bit. I think I'll put this one down here. Glue it. And sometimes I use the liquid glue, but right now I'm just using glue stick. And where am I going to put this one? Maybe right here? Okay. And now I just have to put my ninja jump in for joy in the middle of the scene. So again, I'm going to put him on the background, but since this is messy, I'm just going to fold it in half. And then come around to the back here Get a little space on my glue stick. When I glue, I usually start at the middle and work my way out so that I don't cause any wrinkles when I'm pulling something along my paper. I pick him up. I pop him on. Let's give him a little bit of a jaunty angle. And he can say, Yahoo! And there he is. So thanks for watching. Here's the original wink. Here's today's wink. I hope you learned something. I hope you're having fun. Give it a try yourself. Keep reading, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.